Today we're looking at bad Magic the Gathering combos, but they actually work. They better work. Sometimes they don't. We're going to make sure that they do. Starting off with, from user a red mage named Blue, we got Mycosynth. This is the artifact for 6 mana, and all permanents are artifacts in addition to their other types. They do other things, but they're also artifacts. And all permanents that aren't on the battlefield, spells and permanents, are colorless. Players may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. How are we going to use this card? Seems to be a very common combo card because we love turning everything into artifacts. Well, it turns out Splinter has a very special ability. For 4 mana, it's a sorcery. Remove target artifact from the game. Search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for all cards with the same name as that artifact and remove them from the game as well. That player then shuffles their library. So if you ever thought that your basic forest was protected from land destruction, well, think again, because Splinter is going to remove all of them. So basically you have to turn the basic forest, basic island, basic mountain into an artifact, and we remove them all from the game, and they're all gone. Okay, so if anyone wants to be part of the show, you can list 2 to 3 card combos in chat. If it's 4 more, you could post it for free in the Discord. Follow the instructions. I've got instructions. When it's big, you have to explain those big combos if they're big. Okay, Meme Brulee. We got the Djinn of Illuminatus, Slaughter Pact, and Giggling Skitter Spike. So the Djinn Illuminatus is a 7 mana 3/5. It's a genie. You know, I don't even like calling them Djinns anymore. Where is its lamp? Flying, and each instant and sorcery spell you cast has Replicate. The Replicate cost is equal to its mana cost. So when you cast the card, you can copy it for each time you paid its Replicate cost, and you may choose new targets for the copy. You could target the same thing over and over again. What are we going to replicate? We're going to replicate Slaughter Pact. This is a 0 mana instant. Destroy target non-black creature, and at the beginning of your next upkeep, pay 3 mana. If you don't, well, you're going to lose the game. But you know what? We don't plan on losing this game today. We have infinite Slaughter Pacts. How are we going to use them? We can use them on Giggling Skitter Spike, a 4 mana 1/1 toy, but it's not to be played around with. It's kind of indestructible, so it's not going to be particularly afraid of Slaughter Pact. When Giggling Skitter Spike attacks, blocks, or becomes the target of a spell, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. It also has Monstrosity for 5. So we're going to take infinite Slaughter Pacts, target our Giggling Skitter Spike infinite times, and basically blast our opponents for infinite damage. And that sounds like a win. Sounds like a win to me. Mercenary says Djinn Illuminatus was handed out as a pre-release promo for Guild Pact, for which we thought the card would be OP, only not to be so OP after all. Well, do you know what? For a jank combo, it'll catch them completely off guard. Okay, we got Mr. Stiff Pickles. What do you got for us here? Oh, look at that! Helm of Obedience and Dothy Voidwalker. This is not commonly how the combo plays out, but we'll take a look at it. Dothy Voidwalker. Okay, so Helm of Obedience is a common combo card. A 4 mana artifact and 1 in X. Tap. Target opponent puts cards from the top of their library into the graveyard until a creature card or X cards are put into that graveyard this way. Whichever comes first. If a creature card is put into the graveyard this way, sacrifice Helm of Obedience and put that card into play under your control. Now, normally this is paired with Rest in Peace, but you know what? This card is just as good. The Dothy Voidwalker. This is, it's basically Rest in Peace for one side of the board. Double black for a 3/2 shadow creature. If a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, instead exile it with a void counter on it. And what that means is that, well, the Helm of Obedience, you put cards into your own library. Or sorry, you put cards into your opponent's library. If a creature card is put into a graveyard this way, sack Helm of Obedience. Well, what's the clause? You put cards on the top of the library into the graveyard until a creature card or X cards are put into the graveyard this way. But a creature card and X cards is never going to happen. They keep getting exiled with void counters on them, and so you're just going to win the game. You're just going to win the game. Very nice combo. Maybe a little less. I mean, it's a little bit more jank than the original combo with Rest in Peace, but this is perfectly good. You know what? I actually like this one better because Dothy Voidwalker can attack. Rest in Peace actually can't. Okay, next up we got Kano, the cloning shredder. See what you guys are cooking up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you want what is this? Dramatists puppet, and then lastly Panharmonicon. Balance between chapters 1 and 2. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, cloning shredder, 6 mana. Chapter 1, exile target creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary, and it is a mutant in addition to its other types. Oh yeah, okay. We're making a token. And then chapter 2, create a token that's a copy of a card exiled with this saga, except it isn't legendary, and it is a mutant in addition to its other types. Next, we got Dramatist's Puppet. It is a 4-mana 2/4. When it enters the battlefield, for each kind of counter on target permanent, put another counter of that kind on it or remove one from it. Oh, we get to remove one. So I'm assuming the Dramatist's Puppet is what we're going to exile from the graveyard so that we get a token of this thing, which puts this back to chapter 1. Don't we have to exile it? We're exiling target card from a graveyard. Panharmonicon. If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Well, I guess the idea, hold on. So I guess the idea is we keep reducing this thing back to 1, but then it keeps going to 2, which creates a token that's a copy of the card with this saga, which in that case lets you keep removing, because we're creating a token that's a copy of a card exiled with this saga. Oh no, we just keep, oh yeah, okay, we keep making these tokens, and we keep removing the counters. What is the Panharmonicon for? Is this even necessary? Because the way I'm reading this, we just keep making Dramatists puppets, and then for each kind of counter, put another counter of it on that card and remove one from it. I think that's totally fine. Is there a reason for Panharmonicon? If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield would cause a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, triggers additional time. It's just value. This is unnecessary value. Kano says it doubles the trigger so you can have infinite tokens in one turn. Huh? Okay, now I'm confused. How do we go infinite? This goes infinite? Triggered. If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes... Oh, that's what you meant by bouncing between one back and forth. Because then if we get 2 tokens of this, then we get 2 triggers to go back to chapter 1, back to chapter 2, to back to chapter 1. This is such a weird card. It's so weirdly worded that you can add a counter or you can remove a counter. That is an amazing combo. That's an amazing jank combo. I love it. Okay, next, let's take a look at John's Garrick Relentless. How relentless is he? Is he dead yet? And Clever Imposter? Down tick the copy. Hold on, sorry, Clever Impersonator. Not that clever. Garrick Relentless and Clever Impersonator. We gotta down tick the I don't get. This is not. Oh yeah, Clever. Okay, let's look at the Planeswalker. Garrick Relentless is a 4-mana 3 loyalty Planeswalker. When Garrick Relentless has 2 or fewer loyalty counters on him, transform him. What? Hold on. What is actually going to happen here? So, which turns into Garrick the Veiled Curse. I have a feeling none of this matters, though. Oops, I got to go back. So, for 0, Garrick Relentless deals 3 damage to target creature. That creature deals damage equal to its power to him. And for 0, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Now, I don't know where you're going here. Clever Impersonator is a 4-mana shapeshifter, and you may have Clever Impersonator enter the battlefield as a copy of any non-land permanent on the battlefield. So you can copy the Garrick Relentless. Or are we copying the transform side? Sack a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle. Like, I don't get this now. So you want to down tick the copy. This is the only, I guess this is the only reasonable down tick that I can do. you draw the game. You can't transform the... Oh, okay. So first off, John, there's no down ticking here. There's 0 abilities. Now, let's say you do 3 damage. Would it lock the game? So if it has 2 or fewer loyalty counters on him, transform him. Maybe it does lock the game? Because the game doesn't know it's constantly triggering, like, okay, please transform, please transform. Or can we just transform it and just flip it over into a 2/2? Does it actually lock the game like this? You draw. I'm gonna trust you on that. That is a very weird way to draw the game. I gotta quickly look this up. Garrick, relentless and clever impersonator. EDH rec. Oh, it does result. What do I get from this combo? Okay, so there actually is. This is actually an official EDH rec combo. Prerequisites. You need a clever impersonator and a Garrick relentless. Then you gotta like basically activate the ability, and then the result you draw the game, which is not everybody's cup of tea. But, it's fine. We just pack it up and we play another one. It's okay. It's okay. We all don't lose. We all don't. And you know what? And that's okay too. Some people play not to lose. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Christopher B's rating schemes. Lava Axe. It's been a long time since I heard Lava Axe on this show. So far, the show has been so good. All the combos work. Furnace of Wrath. And everyone's done their homework. Which also is good. Okay, start from the beginning. Rating schemes is a 5-mana enchantment. Each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire. What are you conspiring for? As you cast the non-creature spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy, a copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell? Okie dokie. Lava Axe. So we're going to copy the Lava Axe to deal, 10 damage to somebody? Furnace of Wrath. If a source would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double that damage to that creature or player instead. All right. So in a one-on-one game with 20 life, you can deal the entire 20 life to somebody. And it will work. Benjamin Berkey. Legendary rule makes this not work, right? Oh, you talk about the clever impersonator? It doesn't matter. So you have Garrick Relentless. You play your clever impersonator. Original Garrick dies, that's fine. And then you use the clever impersonator to deal damage to a creature. It deals damage back to the clever impersonator to flip it, and then just don't flip anymore. So you don't need the original Garrick on the battlefield to make it work. Okay, who was I looking up? Benjamin Berkey. The Wretched plus Lure. It's an old card. And Lure is an old card too. Very, very old. And Regeneration, also old card. This is the original jank combos that actually work. Back in 1993 edition. Should we have like a bad combos that actually work, but like you can only use, I don't know, alpha, beta. It's gotta be jank combos. Better not add Black Lotus to any of those combos. Okay, let's start with the Wretched. 5 mana, 2/5. At the end of combat, gain control of all creatures blocking the Wretched as long as you control the Wretched. Okay, so we want people to block our stuff. Lure, enchant creature. All creatures able to block enchanted creature do so. Oh! Then we have regeneration. Enchant creature. For a green, we're going to regenerate our Wretched, and then we're going to steal all your creatures. We're going to steal them all. Works beautifully, Benjamin Berkey. Okay, next, we've got T. Corellius with the super chat. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Quirion Ranger. Shatterstorm. And this is supposed to go on the Discord. Okay, Concordant Crossroads. At least I know what all these cards do. Or almost all of them. Jank, in my opinion, because it's a 4-card combo. Infinite Storm, Infinite Squirrels. You're not wrong, T. Corellius. But we'll look at your combo after we show everybody where they can buy it at FusionGamingOnline.com. My favorite place to get my Magic the Gathering cards, and your one-stop shop for all your jank Magic the Gathering cards and combos. Get your Concordant Crossroads or your Ashaya Soul of the Wild here at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget, you can also pre-order the Secrets of Strixhaven. Won't be a secret for long, because apparently they're reprinting Ancestral Recall. Apparently, allegedly, some conditions require. And when you get that Ancestral Recall, which is not going to cost as much as the regular Ancestral Recall, but if you want to get one of those cards, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. Great place to get your combo cards. Get your jank combo cards today at FusionGamingOnline.com. Okay, let's take a look at your 4-card combo, which starts off with the Shy Soul of the Wild. It's a 5-mana star. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Non-token creatures you control are forced in addition to their other types. Gotta be non-token, though. The non-token creatures are forests. Quirion Ranger, return a forest you control to its owner's hand. Untap target creature. Activate only once each turn. How does this work? Non-token creatures you control are forest lands? These aren't going to become forests because they're tokens, right? Does this work? So these will have haste with Concordant Crossroads, but I don't know how you get the storm how you get the storm ready. Non-token creatures you control are forced into. Oh, I think we're bouncing the Quirion Ranger. So the Quirion Ranger has haste. It's a forest. We play the Quirion Ranger. We tap it for a mana, then we can return a forest we control back to our hand, and we are just repeatedly playing the Quirion Ranger because it has haste because of the Concordant Crossroads. And now that we have infinite spells, we can then play the Shatterstorm. All right, that actually works. It honestly surprised me. I didn't see the whole thing coming together until it actually came together. Okay, cool stuff. Next, Toilet Duck with Keru Spell Snatcher. Get Keru Spell Snatcher. We snatching stuff. Face down, use Hive Mind. To copy Enduring Ideal. And thank you very much for giving some explanation. And flip Keru to counter your own ideal equals everyone gets epicked but you. Is that how it works? Okay, Keru Spell Snatcher. It's morphed. When it's turned face up, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost for as long as it remains exiled. Oh, okay, then we have Hive Mind that says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, each other player copies that spell. Each of those players may choose new targets for the copy. So the deal is we're going to play Enduring Ideal, which searches your library for an enchantment card to put it into play. And then you have Epic, which means that for the rest of the game, that's all you can do. And for the most part, people don't really have a win condition with enchantments. Like, I don't know what people are even going to do. They're going to get, like, Mystic Remora. They might get Survival of the Fittest, Ristic Study. But those aren't win conditions. Like, those are cards that can do other things, but not necessarily win the game. But we're going to count. So everyone gets a copy of Enduring Ideal, except us, because we're going to counter it with the Keru Spell Snatcher. It's going to counter our copy of the Enduring Ideal, making everybody else they're basically locked out of the game. They can keep playing enchantments for the rest of their game. Not a particularly fun way to lose. Mercenary always with the historic thing. Enduring Ideal was the first epic card that was spoiled with that effect. Sadly, that ability was never used again, despite Enduring Ideal having its own deck for several Pro Tour seasons and Type 2 and Extended. Epic sorta sucked. That's all I know. Saxus. Okay, let's get Trazen the Infinite. Voltaic Construction. And Scepter of Eternal Glory. Okay, so it is Trazen in play without summoning sickness. The other 2 in graveyard. And 3 lands with the same name. Boom, infinite mana. So on Trazen in play without summoning sickness, and the other 2 in the graveyard. Okay, let's take a look at this. Trazen the Infinite apparently is going infinite right now. 6 mana for a 4/6 with Death Touch. Prismatic Gallery. As long as Trazen the Infinite is on the battlefield, it has all activated abilities of all artifact cards in your graveyard. So we're going to have everything in the graveyard. Voltaic Construction is one of them. 4 mana 2/2, and for 2 mana, untap target artifact creature. And the other one is Scepter of Eternal Glory. This is a legendary artifact. Tap, add 1 mana of any color, and tap, add 3 mana of any one color. Activate only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name. Oh, easy enough. Okay, so we just have like Swamp, Swamp, Swamp. We tap for 3 mana. It's Black Lotus, basically. Then with Voltaic Construction, we spent 2 of those 3 to untap it. And we do have infinite mana. I would say that's nice. For anyone looking for another infinite mana combo, here's another one. Just sort of stumble into it. Okay, I gotta see this. I don't know how Grand Abolisher itself is a combo card. That's usually a card that like sets up combos. It's not a combo card. Lethal Vapors. This Abolisher better have something to do with this. And Teferi's Protection. Teferi attack, but Teferi also protect. Okay, Grand Abolisher for 2 mana. It's a 2/2. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Then we have Lethal Vapors for 4 mana. Enchantment. Whenever a creature comes into play, destroy it. And for 0 mana, destroy Lethal Vapors. You skip your next turn. Any player may play this ability. What is the Grand Demolisher for, though? Oh, but hold on. It says your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. So not everyone can activate the Lethal Vapors. Okay. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to activate Lethal Vapors, 100 billion times. You skip your next turn. Any player may play this ability. So activate 100 billion. Then we play Teferi's Protection until your next turn, which will never come. Your life total can't change. You gain protection from everything, and all your permanents you control phase out. Exile Teferi's Protection. If I understand correctly, you can still lose the game, though. Like, people can just, like, Thassa's Oracle to victory. You have to hope that nobody has, like, I win the game cards. You don't play the game anymore. Go get a soda. You could go get a soda. You could go get a pizza. You could go out and get food for everybody. Be like, all right, Teferi's Protection with 100 million turns on the stack. Does anyone need anything? I'm going to the corner store. I'm going to Walmart. I'm picking up some soda. Does anyone need anything? And you'll definitely be back. If you're playing this type of card in your play group, you probably know that the game's going to go for like 2 or so hours anyway. Can the players choose to pass turn 1 billion times? Well, they have to. The thing is, they have to keep drawing a card, right, for every turn that they want to pass. So even if they all said, okay, let's pass the turn 1 billion times, they have to draw a card each time, and at some point they'll deck themselves. That's the idea. I believe life loss still affects you. Correct me if I'm wrong. I cannot tell you that. Your life total can't change. You gain protection. Well, you gain protection from everything, so you can't be targeted, but maybe they can still reduce your life total. Your life... No, oh, it says your life total can't change. So, no, they can't. Your life total isn't moving. It just... Wherever it is, it's staying there, and it's not changing. Okay, Felicia with Toph, Greatest Earthbender. Greatest of the Earthbenders. And then we have Inkmoth Nexus. If opponent can't block flyer, they're dead. Huh? So Toph, 4 mana, 3/3. When it enters Earthbound X, where X is the amount of mana spent to caster, which is like, okay, 4. Land creatures you control have double strike. Ah. So I think the Earthbound X, which will be 4, which means the Inkmoth Nexus will come to play with 4 +1/+1 counters. That makes it a 5/5 creature. And this card has Infect. which means when you deal damage to the player, it's going to double the damage, which is 5 to 10, and they'll be dead in one shot, which is good for you. Very cute, simple combo. Sulfam with Chandra's Incinerator. Oh god, I hate this creature. Incinerate. I don't know how to spell Chandra, apparently. Chandra's Incinerator and Repercussion. Isn't Repercussion? No, it's Repercussion. Plus anything to start the chain. Once one triggers, will keep going until opponent is either dead or has no creatures. Interesting. Well, let's read this one first. It's a 3-mana enchantment. Repercussion. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, Repercussion deals that much damage to that creature's controller. Oh, good god. So Chandra's Incinerator says, whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or player that player controls. So if they've been dealt damage, they'll deal damage to their own creature. And if something is dealt damage to the creature, it'll deal that much damage to the controller, which will then bleed back to their creature. But I mean, it just keeps going until they like lose creatures, right? So it doesn't go infinite. It goes as long as the creatures are on the battlefield. But cool. A very original sort of like chain. Very, very original. Technically, it would be a 4/4. You still have to pay for the Nexus. Well, I'm assuming we're going to pay for the Nexus, okay? It's not that expensive. If we can pay for Toph, we can pay for the Nexus. The mana's on the battlefield. Okay, we got Fan Factor. Fresh off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Chrome Dome. Okay, hold on. Chrome Dome. Guac and... What's on? Guac and Marshmallow? Pizza and Redshift. Oh, where did I go? Okay, we take a look at Redshift. Okay, starting off with Chrome Dome. 2 mana, 1/3. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+0. For 5 mana, create a token that's a copy of another target artifact you control. That token gains haste. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. So we're copying an artifact. I guess we're going to copy the guac and marshmallow pizza. This is disgusting. So disgusting, no one wants to eat it except for the rat. It's a green food with flash. When the artifact enters, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and we get to untap it. And for 2 mana, tap, sack this artifact to gain 2 life. So I'm guessing... Well, I don't know how the untapping. So we're going to make a copy of something. That's a copy of another target artifact. So we're going to copy this thing, and it's going to untap something. Oh, maybe we're going to copy this thing. Okay, Redshift Rocketeer Chief. 2 mana, 2/3 with Vigilance. Tap, add X mana of any one color, where X is Redshift's power. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. I know it has exhaust, whatever, 12 mana. Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. So I'm guessing, okay, so Redshift Rocketeer is going to get the +2/+2 to make it a 4/5, and it can be tapped for 4. But if it's tapped for 4, and we make a copy of it, that costs 5 mana. And then if we make a copy of this thing, it enters. How is this? Oh no, we keep copying the guac and marshmallow pizza. So this keeps making Redshift bigger and untapping it to tap for more mana to reactivate the ability, which makes us another guac and marshmallow pizza, which then lets us untap the Redshift with even larger power. We're just making an infinitely large Redshift, and we get infinite guac and marshmallow pizzas on the battlefield. Yeah, we keep copying the pizza. I can't even copy this. It's not even an artifact. Can't copy this damn thing. Okay, next. Cool combo. Jeff says, I found a mono blue mill. You did you? So you are claiming you have broken mono blue mill. You hear it, everybody? Jeff's done it. Jeff has broken mono blue mill. Get your mono blue cards while they're still like 5 cents. Okay, cackling counterpart. The cards might be laughing, but you're not. But before CC resolves, flash in Naru Miha, Master Wizard, copying cackling counterpart. Okay. One, and then what's copying NMWH? I have no idea what that means. Let's take a look at this combo starting with Selhoff Oculus after we thank our sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards on Magic Online. You want to try out some of these combos, maybe against your friends? Well, I mean, if you love to take it out for a test drive, rent the cards with Mana Traders. Test them out. Have fun. When you're done with the fun, send them back and try out new combos. You can support the channel renting using coupon code Nikachu_BH2 for 40% cash back on your third month subscription when you rent on Magic Online using Mana Traders. Look how smooth my transitions are. I'm a transition master. I've been doing this for 5 years, I tells ya. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional YouTuber. Legend rule will still trigger both ETB and death triggers. Okay, that's good to know if that's going to come up in my brain. Selhoff Oculus is a 3-mana 2/3. Whenever Selhoff Oculus or another creature dies, target player mills a card. Okie dokie. Then we have the Cackling Counterpart. For 3 mana instant, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control and flash back for 7 mana. So we want... Okay, so and what we're so with this on this, so we're playing this and holding priority and then playing Narumiha. Flash, when Narumiha enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Other wizards you control get +1/+1. Oh, and I guess the second one is supposed to copy Narumiha, so that we get so first off, so Cackling Counterpart will make another token of Selhoff Oculus, which when whenever Selhoff Oculus or another creature dies, target player mills a card. So the Miha is going to continue dying because we're going to keep making a copy of one. But so we're going to make a copy of Cackling Counterpart that makes a copy. Okay, hold on. How does this stack work? This is confusing. Selhoff Oculus. Then we play Cackling Counterpart. Then we play Narumiha. Make a copy of Cackling Counterpart. So the first one resolves, makes a copy of Selhoff Oculus, but then the second Cackling Counterpart can copy Narumiha, which then puts into the graveyard to trigger Selhoff Oculus, and then when the second Narumiha comes out, it then hits the original Cackling Counterpart. I don't know where this is on the stack, but I'm going to assume this works. It's a very bad thing to do. Reading the combo explains the combo. I did read it. It wasn't the clearest combo in the world. Where was it? Where? Let's go back. Where was it? It's like copying CC, targeting Narumiha. See, like it just disappears. I sort of have to use my imagination at some point. You don't resolve the first Cackling. You keep it on the stack. So Naru. Okay, thank you very. That actually makes a lot of sense. So it's the first one that's on the stack. It's gonna stick and stay there forever, and Narumiha will copy the Cackling Counterpart, which then Oh, it's just gonna. Oh, these Cackling Counterparts are just gonna keep copying Narumiha. Then I make a new one, which then copies the Cackling Counterpart to hit the Narumiha. Oh, I think it's just back and forth between these two cards, and the Selhoff Oculus is just chilling. It's just chilling over there, chilling and illin'. Because whenever another creature dies, which is Narumiha, it triggers. Okay, I think I figured it out. Took a little while, though. Unfortunately, I wish they gave you more characters to post more stuff. You gotta pay for more characters, stupidly enough. I have no control over this. Oh, so many people have no card. Gillum, Replicating Ring. And Mechanized Production. Okay, replicating ring for 3 mana. It's a snow artifact. Tap, add a mana of any color. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a night counter on replicating ring. Then if it has 8 or more night counters on it, remove all of them and create 8 colorless snow artifact tokens named replicating ring that adds a mana. They replicated. Then we have mechanized production. 4 mana for an aura. Enchant artifact you control. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of enchanted artifact. Then if you control 8 or more artifacts with the same name as one another, you win the game. Oh, sick. I don't think it's so easy though. Put a night counter on replicating ring. Are we literally gonna wait 8 turns? Is that the idea? I think that's the idea. This takes forever. Create a token that's a copy of it. Like, we can make as many tokens as we want. It will do nothing. Oh, no. Oh, I see. Actually, no. It'll be faster. So it sounds like it's still going to take like 8 turns. Like, even we are literally making tokens of this thing on the battlefield. We're just making 8 tokens a different way, an alternate way. It's a choose your own adventure book. That's why it's jank. It is jank we can take to the bank. Thanks so much, Gillum. What a great jank combo. Hexanorts. Okay, Ultimisia, Time Sorceress. I gotta play some of those old Final Fantasy games. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. And Concealing Curtains. It's gonna be curtains for you. Gives, what does it do? Give transformability of Curtain into Ultimisia so she can transform back and forth every turn. Wow! That is so cool! Okay, here's the Concealing Curtains. It's a creature, but it has the ability of 3 mana. Transform Concealing Curtains, activate only as a sorcery. Usually when it's like... Oh, they actually errated this, actually, specifically. It's now transform this creature. So that, like, if... In theory, I don't think it would matter it anyway. If you take the soul of it with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, so if it's in the graveyard, you can tap it, exile target card from a graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, which will put that counter on the Ultimisia. And then creatures you control with the +1/+1 counter on them have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. What does this card even do? Okay, when it enters or attacks Surveil 2, at the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 billion mana. We're not going to do that. We're going to spend 3 mana. All right? 3 mana. And turn it into Ultimisia the Omnipotent, a 7/7 Menacer. Time compression. When this creature transforms into Ultimisia Omnipotent, take an extra turn after this one. It's actually amazing. So basically, it's game. It's game if you get this combo off. That's pretty sick. So many combos. Okay, Fabian, Polyraptor. Another Polyraptor card. Okay, hold on. Let's get Polyraptor. You want Pyrohemia. And Cathar's Crusade. Polyraptor is like, you want to fight me? Well, I'm going to make a token of myself. That's how I give birth. Deal damage, create a token that's a copy of Polyraptor. Pyrohemia is a 4-mana enchantment. At the beginning of the end step, if no creatures are on the battlefield, we sacrifice it. But for red, we deal 1 damage to each creature and each player, which will piss off the Polyraptor, enough to make a copy of itself. It's like if it looks deep enough into its own reflection, it can fight itself, which is weird. And then Cathar's Crusade for 5 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So we make infinite creatures and we make them infinitely big, because for each 1 damage we deal to our Polyraptor, we get a creature, and when that creature enters, we get a +1/+1 counter on everything. And it's exponential too. Super exponential creatures. The only one problem with this card: no haste. Deals 1 damage to each creature. Oh, no, actually, sorry. We don't even need that. It's dealing 1 damage to each player. Everyone's just going to die. Unless they have Teferi's Protection. Everyone just going to... Actually, it doesn't even matter. They got to cast that Teferi's Protection while Cathar's Crusade is on the stack. That's pretty cool. Rare Blue Skittles. Riku of 2 Reflections. You also want Palancron. Palancron is the new combo card of today's show. Jaya's and Jaya's immolating Inferno, and with 7 lands. Okay, we need 7 lands. I wonder what we need 7 lands for, chat. We need 7 lands for some reason. Riku of 2 of Reflections is a 5 mana 2/2. You cast an instant or sorcery spell. You can pay a red and a blue. If you copy the spell, choose new targets for the copy. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay a green and a blue. If you do create a token, that's a copy of that creature. Okay, where are we going here? So we have Palancron. When it enters the battlefield, untap up to 7 lands. For 4 mana, return Palancron back to its hand. Then Jaya's Immortal Inferno. That's a legendary sorcery. When Jaya's Immortal Inferno deals X damage to each of up to 3 targets. I'm assuming this is going to kill somebody. Okay, how does this work? How do we get infinite mana here? Whenever you cast another non-token creature, enters the whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 2. If you do create a token, that's a copy of that creature. Okay, so I play this for 7, but I don't have mana. We all agreed I have 7 lands in play. How does this work? We need more lands in play. Don't we need like 9? Oh, wait. The triggers. Sorry, there's triggers. Okay, so when a creature enters the battlefield, that will trigger, but the Palancron also triggers. So this triggers first. We untap our 7 lands. We spend 2 of them to make a copy. When that copy happens, we float even more mana. We float, what, 5 mana? We get another copy of Palancron. We untap, then we use 4 of the 5 floating mana, put Palancron back to our hand, rinse and repeat infinite times. And figure out, these shows is more like a game of me trying to figure out your guys' combos. I don't give no explanation about how this works. Nothing. I've certainly never heard of any of these. This is all coming up for the first time. Yeah, you clone Palancron with lesser cost using Riku. Yeah, I understand. Well, I was trying to figure out where the mana comes from, but you have to stack the triggers so that you untap the 7 lands first, while this token copying trigger is on the stack. So that, like, it's on the stack below it. So you untap all lands, then you have the mana to pay for it. I figured it out though. I got brains. I got me brains over here. Joshua with the super chat. Thank you so much for your super chat, Joshua. Symbiotic Worm. Hit it with the Death Mutation. Sack Alta. Mikoloth. Or Mikoloth. Is it infinite? No, but it's close. Oh, great. Okay, thank you for letting me know that it's not infinite. I could have looked for an infinite card for... I would have looked for an infinite... when there wasn't one. So it's symbiotic. Symbiotic worm. I can't find this thing. Symbiotic something? Oh, it's W. You had it worded W-O-R-M. I should have known better. All the worms in this game are W-U-R-M for some reason. Then where there's death, mutation, and Mikoloth. Or Mikoloth. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Or worm. Yeah, I guess so. Wizards chooses a very weird approach to name their worms around here. Symbiotic. So where does it start? Starts at, I believe. Okay, Symbiotic Worm, 8 mana, 7/7. When it dies, put 7 1/1 green insect creature tokens onto the battlefield. Death Mutation for 8 mana. Destroy target non-black creature. I bet it's this one. It can't be regenerated. Put X 1/1 green sapling creature tokens onto the battlefield where X is the creature's mana cost. How many tokens do we have? So we're going to make like, what, 16 tokens now? Mikoloth, Devour 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token for each +1/+1 counter on Mikoloth. Oh, Devour 2. As this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. Well, we have 16 of them. This creature enters the battlefield with twice that many +1/+1 counters on it. Holy crap. Beware, we're gonna beat our opponent down with saprolings. These are not 0-1 saprolings. These are real deal. They're 1-1 saprolings. They're gonna come and kill you. Worm is like a dune worm, is like a bug. Worm is a dragon. Good to know, I guess. Good to know. They're big. W-O-R-M. Small. Small worm. Like an earthworm or something. Okay, Voltlin. Oger Tack. The deepest of foundations. Reef worm. This better be the right worm here. We were just talking about how the W-O-R-M is the small worm. There it is. It's small. It looks like a tapeworm to me. Looks like a parasite. I've seen a bunch of these types of videos on Twitter. They all look like this. Whenever it's a parasite, they're taking it from like grasshoppers and or mantis, praying mantises. And you want altar of dementia. Altar of dementia. Sorry, it's D-E. Total 306. I've counted. I don't even know what you counted for. Okay, what does this do? Okay, it's double-sided card as well. How am I supposed to figure this out, Voltlin? You left me out here by myself alone? What? Okay, 6 mana, 6/6. Vigilance. If one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, 3 times that many tokens are created instead. Holy crap! I'm going to assume the last sentence is useless. We want all those tokens. Let's bust out none other than Nikachu's calculator. That's right. Okay, what do we got here? So we make... How does this crap work? If one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, 3 times that many of those tokens are created instead. If one or more, 3... So we get 1, we get 2 more. 3 times... Well, 3... Yeah, 3 times 1 is 3. Okay. So how does this work? Okay, when Reform dies, create a 3/3, but then we're get get 3/3/3 fish creature tokens with. When this creature dies, we're gonna get so it's like we're already at like what 3 times 3? 3 times 3. 9 6/6 blue whale creature tokens with. When this creature dies, create a 9/9. Well, how the hell did we get to 300? I don't understand. Math is for blockers. Total of 306. I counted. Well, I didn't. Unless I don't understand what 3x means in this case. One or more creatures would be created under your control. 3 creature tokens, 3 times that many of those tokens are created instead. I count 27 by the time you get through them all. Oh, the damage. Okay, yeah. So we get 27 9/9s. That's a lot of damage. Eldrazi do math. I don't think the Eldrazi do math, in my opinion. Oh, wait, that's still less than 300. Okay, hold on. We're going to bust out Nikachu's calculator again. Okay, 27 times 9. And that's 243. Exponential Kraken fishing. Well, apparently, oh, yeah, something like that. Okay, so according to our calculations, you have 243 power on the battlefield. Not quite 300. I don't know where the rest... I don't know where the extra decimal came from. It might have been a slight miscalculation. Good evening, Yu-Chen. Very good evening. Okay, we have another super chat from T. Corellius. Azusa Lost But Seeking. Crucible of Worlds. These are like super common cards, T. Corellius. Okay, Crucible of Worlds. Walk the Eons. That's different. And at least 3 islands in play or graveyard bonus if one is a Mystic Sanctuary. I bet. Azusa Lost But Seeking. You can play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. And we can play those lands from our graveyard. I wonder why we need to do that. Because we're going to play Walk the Eons, a 6 mana sorcery with a buyback. sacrifice 3 islands. Target player takes an extra turn after this one. And the idea is, I guess, if we have Mystic Sanctuary, that's a card that can help put the Walk the Eons back on top of our deck for as long as we have enough islands in play. I believe we're going to need a lot of islands in play, because after we sack our 3 islands, well, we better put those islands immediately back onto the battlefield, plus the Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, neat combo. Another infinite turn combo. Next, we've got David Sampson with Ratadrabik of Urborg, Balthor, the Defiler, and you want Phyrexian Altar, and one more creature. So I guess, like, okay, let's get Llanowar Elf. Does that count? We got one more. Oh, but I can't spell Llanowar Elf around here. How do I... Llanowar... Oh, it's elves. So stupid. Okay, how does this thing work? Okay, sack Balthor first, then the other creature, then Ratadrabik for 3 black. Activate Balthor token, then repeat. Okay, so we got this. So we need to sack our Balthor. Sack Balthor first, then the other creatures, so that our elf. Okay, Ratadrabik of Urborg, 4 mana, 3/3. Other zombies you control have vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie creature in addition to its other types. So the first thing we're sacking is the Balthor to our Phyrexian Altar for 1 mana. And the Balthor says, for triple black, remove Balthor the Defiled from the game. Each player returns all black and red creature cards from their graveyard to play. So what that means is we are going to, whenever another legendary creature control dies, create a token. So we get a token of this thing that we can remove from the game and then bring this thing back to the game. Is this like infinite mana or just infinite ETBs? Because if we sack this creature, we get 1 mana. If we sack the other creature, we have our 2nd mana. Where's the 3rd mana coming from? I don't get it. We sack that. Where's the 3rd mana coming from? We need 1 more creature. Or do we need like another altar that adds like 2 mana? Do I have the wrong altar here? No, you said Phyrexian Altar. Ratty is such a push card. So many effects on one guy. So many. So little time. But it helps close out games really quickly. Just an announcement. I'm gonna try to get to everybody's combo. I know how much you people love this show, and we only do it like once. Oh, we do sack Ratadrabik. Oh, okay. So we do sack Ratadrabik. We don't need Ratadrabik on the battlefield. So we have our Balthor the Defiled token. And we'll then sack the Ratadrabik for the 3rd mana in order to activate this ability to bring them all back. Or hold on. It's a miracle! So unholy. And so deadly. Okay, next. We've got a super chat from Steve Cooper. Eat and sack the walls on Discord. Somebody uses the Discord. It is also, in some ways, highly encouraged. Okay, let's go to the Discord. Oops. Here we go. Where this is not, it's not centered very well. Which is totally fine. Okay, it's called Eat and Sack the Walls of Ba Sing Se. It was right there in front of me. And you, okay, I've learned your style. You like to post all the cards first and then give an explanation. So this combo chooses a lot of stuff. It uses Enduring Tenacity. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. When the Enduring Tenacity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it's an enchantment. It also uses Bushmeat Poacher. Oh, you guys can't see this very well. Okay, we got this. You see the Enduring Tenacity? There we go. Enduring Tenacity. Bushmeat Poacher. 4 mana, 2/4. For 1 mana, tap, sacrifice another creature. You gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Also draw a card. We also have the Disciple of Grizzlebrand, a 2-mana 1/1 human cleric. For 1 mana, sack a creature. You gain life equal to the sack creature's toughness. And we also have the Walls of Ba Sing Se. Those are big walls that is on that Ba Sing Se. It's a defender. Other perms you control have indestructible. It's also a 0/30. Okay, I'm going to make a picture of this so I can follow along. Try to explain it to everybody, because I certainly don't know it myself. Okay, so for step 1, apparently, we need the Enduring Tenacity, the Bushmeat Poacher, the Disciple of Grizzlebrand, and we need the Wall of Ba Sing Se on the battlefield. Then we need Goryo's Vengeance in our hand. You didn't even post Goryo's Vengeance. Okay, Goryo's Vengeance is an instant that can reanimate with at instant speed a legendary creature from your graveyard. So we're gonna sacrifice the Walls of Ba Sing Se to Poacher for dinner. Then we're gonna reanimate the Walls of Ba Sing Se with Goryo's Vengeance. Sacrifice Walls for the glory of Disciple. Sorry, the Disciple of Grizzlebrand. So we pay 1 to sack the creature. We're gonna gain a bunch of life from its toughness. Snake nukes your opponent's life total. Where is Snake? This is the Snake. Whenever you gain life, which was 30 life, target opponent loses that much life. All right. What was the point of the Butcher? Sack another creature, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Oh, you gained an even more life. Okay, I see. I got it. Yeah, you forgot to put the rest of the story here. There's a little missing piece of the puzzle. Thank God I know what that card does. It's like, I'd be like, Goryo's Vengeance, what does that do? No, I actually know what that card does. Thank God. Yeah, just no. Well, no, it was. I mean, you need a sack outlet on the battlefield, or I guess that. Yeah, why do you have both? Can't you just use the Grizzlebrand? The Grizzlebrand was good enough. The Disciple of Grizzlebrand. Okay, Random Mage, Chain of Acid. Chain of Acid. We want Witherbloom Apprentice. Oh, that's a combo card. You better believe that's a combo card. We have Witherbloom Apprentice and... Oh, Alastia. Where's your card? Whose is this? This is Random Mages. And then Darksteel Relic. Isn't that the indestructible nothing uselessness? Yes, it is. Okay, so Chain of Acid for 4 mana sorcery. Destroy target non-creature permanent. Then that permanent's controller may copy the spell and may choose a new target for the copy. Destroy target non-creature permanent. So I'm assuming we're going after the Darksteel Relic, and it ain't going nowhere. Then that you are the permanent's controller, so you may copy the spell and do it again. Which, again, it's going nowhere. Oh, I see. So Witherbloom Apprentice says, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It's a very nice combo as well. It actually makes use for Darksteel Relic, maybe for the first time ever. This is the first practical way of using Darksteel Relic. Look, the value of Darksteel Relic is already going up. It's at $1.63. I swear that's 10 times more than the last time I saw the price. People are catching on to the combo. Next. Someone 2-4C, that's way too many cards. It's got to be in the Discord. Way too many cards. It's got to be 3. It's got to be 3 or less in chat. Big Squig, Enchanted Evening, and Cleansing Meditation. You can also substitute Darksteel Relic with the Artifact Lens. That's true. You could actually do that as well. So cleansing, we've got, what's going on here? Enchanted Evening, 5 mana. All permanents or enchantments in addition to their other types. Cleansing Meditation, 3 mana. Destroy all enchantments. Oh God. Threshold, instead destroy all enchantments, then return to play all cards in your graveyard destroyed this way. That's very clever. That also works. Another super chat we got from John. Goblin Game and Archfiend of Despair. This sounds terrible. Ugh, I don't even want to know how this works. How is Goblin Game combo with anything? I'd say you tell me, but like that's the whole point. I guess you are gonna tell me. Archfiend of Despair. I'm gonna read Archfiend of Despair first. Goblin Game is everyone's gonna play a stupid sub game about objects and having the fewest, or something like that. Archfiend of Despair, 8 mana for a 6/6 flying. Your opponents can't gain life. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. Oh, so can you game the system here? Each player hides at least one object, then all players reveal them simultaneously. Each player loses life equal to the number of objects they revealed. The player who revealed the fewest objects then loses half their life rounded up. If 2 or more players are tied for the fewest, each loses half their life rounded up. So what, like, you just like name the most life you can bid, and they can't gain life, and at the beginning of each end step, so like whatever they lose, they lose. So basically we're gonna lose somebody. Yeah, the table is forced to no, isn't the table just forced to collude with each other and say, okay, so 3 players are going to get screwed, but one of them is going to lose immediately, and they just have to agree, okay, I'm going to die, because that's the way I would do it. It's like, okay, you choose 0, and then me and this other guy choose 1, and the person who chooses 0 ends up losing half their life total, and they lose. Because that, like, there's no other way. Like, the 3 players have to collude to just decide who's going to lose the game at that one point. It's like a I win sort of you destroy target player type of card, or destroy a player at almost random from your perspective. It's the way I'm looking at it. If it only requires 3 cards, is it really jank? Yes. A lot of these cards are bizarre. Yeah, that combo is who wants to be the martyr? Because, like, if you know one person's going to lose the game, like, why do the other 2 people have to suffer such a giant life loss? It's just like, okay, you lose 0, and then the other 2 people choose 1. So they're only going to lose 2 life. And then one person's out of the game. That's how I look at it. Matt McCloskey, Crown of Empires. Scepter of Empires. This is going to be real jank. And Throne of Empires. Is this really a jank combo when it was actually invented by Wizards of the Coast? Probably. It's a 2-mana artifact. Pay 3, tap target creature, gain control of that creature. Instead, if you control artifacts named Scepter of Empires and Throne of Empires, Scepter of Empires says it can deal 3 damage when you tap it to that player. Instead, if you control artifacts named Crown of Empires and Throne of Empires. And then the Throne of Empires, for 1 mana tap, put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield, but put 5 of those tokens on the battlefield instead if you control artifacts named Crown of Empires and the Scepter of Empires. Notice that the chair is empty. Next. Who do we have? Okay, let's see if we can get through everybody's no cards yet. Oh my god, I gotta see what this is. This is kind of a meme. That's fine. Today is the meme show. Simian Brawler. Treasure Hunt and 58 lands. Okay, I know that. Treasure Hunt. Used to be like 3 treasure hunts and I think a Thassa's Oracle. Simian Brawler is a 4-mana 3/3. Discard a land card. Simian Brawler gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Interesting. Interesting. So you actually could have a few treasure hunts, I think, in the deck. So the idea being, you got to mulligan to your Simian Brawler, but you also sort of need to mulligan into your treasure hunt at the simultaneously at the same time, and then you play your treasure hunt to like just draw into all your lands, and hopefully that one creature got in for the kill. Hopefully, very, very, very hopefully. Leon Corgi, Disrobing Scepter. What's with all these damn scepters? Disrobing Scepter, and oh wait, you're just making a funny. You disrobe. I should have seen that one coming. Okay, we have Cody with Royal Assassin, An icy manipulator. By today's standards, that would be terrible. This is a very jank combo. For 4 mana, pay 1, tap target artifact, creature, or land. We tap the creatures, and then roll assassin just shoots them off. Next, we have Indiana Jones with Necropotence and Library. What is Necropotence? How the hell is a combo with Necropotence jank? Library of Lang and Mirror Universe. Yeah, someone's going to horny jail around here. Okay, Necropotence, skip your draw step. I think we all know this card. Pay life, put cards set aside until end of turn and put them into your hand. Library of Lang. You have no maximum hand size. Okay, that actually works with Necropotence. If an effect causes you to discard a card, discard it. But you may put it onto the top of your library instead of into your graveyard. Okay, so they actually don't get exiled even if we need to play the cards. And then Mirror Universe. Tap, sacrifice Mirror Universe, exchange life totals with target opponent. Play this ability only during your upkeep. So basically, put yourself down to 1, I guess. Well, you know what you could also do? Throw in one of those cards that say you don't lose the game for having 0 less life, and then play Mirror Universe. They just die instantly. Next up, we got Lesthian. Arden the okay, we have Arden the Usurper. Another Enduring Tenacity. Damn, Scryfall slowing down. A lot of people like to be on Scryfall at night here, it seems. Okay, we got Arden, Enduring Tenacity. And a Jumbo Cactuar. It's pretty rude. Okay, Arden. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, Haste, Star Scourge. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target creature card from a graveyard. If you exiled a card this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 5/5 black demon. Then we have... Okay, so what? Are we going to, like, exile the Enduring... What are we exiling? Okay, I guess I know what we're exiling here. Enduring Tenacity says whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life, and when Enduring Tenacity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It is an enchantment. So we're going to gain like a bazillion. Do we even need that? It's like, okay, actually we do need that. This thing doesn't have trample. I didn't realize you can chump block the Jumbo Cactuar. You can just chump block it. That's why people like include it with like fling decks and such. Okay, next. So yeah, we're going to reanimate this with Arden. It's going to attack. It's going to gain a bunch of life. And Enduring Tenacity is going to finish the opponent off. Okay, who has no card? I'm looking for people with no card. Okay, I got you, Cody. I got you, Leon. Sort of. Rin, we didn't get you. Okay, Nest of Scarabs. Nest of Scarabs, a 3-mana enchantment. Okay, we want Sephiroth. Which Sephiroth? Fabled Soldier. Champion of the Weird. First blight anyone, then keep blighting the insect tokens. What? Okay, Nest of Scarabs. Enchantment. Whenever you put 1 or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, create that many 1/1 black insect creature tokens. Okay, we're going to make a bunch of tokens. Sephiroth. When it enters or attacks, you may sack another creature. If you do, draw a card. Whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. If it's the fourth time this ability is to resolve this turn, transform your Sephiroth. Champion of the Weird. As an additional cost to cast the spell, behold a goblin and exile it. Pay 1 life. Blight 2. Target opponent blights 2. Activate only as a sorcery. So we're paying a life for blighting. We're going to put, what? Whenever you put one or more +1/-1 counters on a creature, we make that many insect tokens. So we kill off our Sephiroth, and then we put, sorry, not kill off, we put 2 -1/-1 counters on a Sephiroth. We get 2 1/1s, and then we can perpetually put the -1/-1s on these tokens to kill them, but still trigger Sephiroth and trigger the Nest of Scarabs. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. I'm pretty sure I figured that one out. I think I got that one right. I just keep paying 1 life, and we have the life to gain because Sephiroth gains us life. I think it's cool. Okay, we have a super chat from Big Mike. Big Mike likes big custom cards. Also likes apparently combos. Charisma. A little bit. Chariz. Gonna spell charisma right. Charisma. There we go. You want charisma, then you want plague spitter. It's 6 mana, but it's basically lets you steal everybody's creatures. That's totally fine. You got to see some of these combos. Some people is like, if you have 14 mana, do this. That's why it's a jank combo show. Okay. Plague Spitter is a 3-mana 2/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. When Plague Spitter dies, it deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. Charisma for 3 mana. When enchanted creature deals damage to a creature, you control... when enchanted creature deals damage to a creature, you control that creature as long as Charisma remains in play. Oh, cool! So we put this on the Plague Spitter, and every single time Plague Spitter deals 1 damage to each creature, yoink! It's actually our creature now. That's particularly cool. If you have 14 mana, you win the game. Well, you know what, Cody? I can think of a lot of situations where I had like 20 mana and I wasn't winning that game. I wasn't going anywhere. There are a range of games where the more mana you have in play, the worse you're doing. Believe it or not. Okay, we got Bryce with Jared. Okay, what do you want? Jared Catherian. Plus, is it this one? There's 2 Jareds. Plus spreading plague equals board wipe. Enchantment. Whenever a creature comes into play, destroy all other creatures that share a color with it. They can't be regenerated. What is this? Pay +1. Create a 3/3 Kavu creature token with trample. It's all colors. Is this the right Jared? Okay, it is the Planeswalker one. Choose up to 2 target creatures. For each of them, put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of color it's in. -6. Return target multicolored card from your graveyard to your hand. If that card was all colors, draw a card and create 2 treasure tokens. I have no idea how this works. I got nothing. Whenever a creature comes into play, destroy all other creatures that share a color with it. They can't be regenerated. I don't get it. Kavu wipe tech doesn't hit colorless creatures though. It's a more expensive worse Wrath the God. +1 Jared ability kills everything. Create a 3/3 Kavu creature token with trample that's all colors. Oh, our colored our cards of a color have influence on everybody else. Oh, I see. So we basically put a Wooburg creature in play that blew up everything else. Okay, neat. Okay, I didn't catch that. I thought, like intuitively, I thought it just affects your own stuff. But instead, it actually affects everybody at the table. Okay, cool. Good stuff. Hexanort with another super chat. The neutrinos and Meta by the Ageless. Neutrinos. We were just talking about Metabind today. With the whole $6 card now. Big money. Meta by the Ageless, 6 mana, 4/4 flyer. Deals combat damage to a player. Take an extra turn after this one. Can't attack during extra turns. Probably is not going to matter with the neutrinos, though. This is a 4-mana 2/4 flyer. Whenever another creature you control enters, the neutrinos get +1/+0 until end of turn. Whenever the neutrinos attack, exile up to 1 target creature you own, then return it to the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. What? That doesn't help though, right? Because, okay, so when it attacks, we're gonna take this guy out of the attack, so that when he deals damage, like, he still can't attack next turn. We need to blink the Medamai after the damage, if I understand correctly. Afterwards, not before. You do, well, you get your extra turn. So like I'm thinking, you attack with Medamai, you attack with the neutrinos, then we're gonna exile our Medamai, then it's gonna come back, but it's like, it's too late. Oh, wait a minute, wait. That's right. It doesn't have to attack. Yeah, that's right. It's because it actually specifically says when it attacks, exile up to 1 target creature you own, then return it to the battlefield, tapped and attack. Okay, this actually does work. Yeah, they're forcing it to attack. Okay, Medamai, you have to attack. You're going to attack, and you're going to like it, even though it's against your will. Okay, let's look at Corbinek, Contested Warzone, and Mirrorweave. And then mirror, weave. Weave in the mirrors. Instant. Each other creature becomes a copy of target non-legendary creature until end of turn. Why does that matter? Contested Warzone says whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, that creature's controller gains control of Contested Warzone. Tap, add a mana, and pay 1, tap. Attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I don't get it. Each other creature becomes a copy of target non-legendary creature. You didn't even suggest a creature. What is Contested War? Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, that creature's controller gains control of Contested Warzone. I don't get this. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. You can't even copy the Contested Warzone. Whenever a creature deals combat to you, that creature's controller gains control of contested. So I give them my Contested Warzone, then what? Maybe they meant mirror form? Oh, let's go look up mirror form. Did that change anything? Each non-land permanent you control becomes a copy of target non-aura per each. Oh, maybe it's this one. Each non-land permanent you control becomes a copy of target non-aura permanent. Are we trying to donate all our contested war zones or something? It's just, yeah. Well, I think that's the idea. It's it's some sort of donation or something. We're donating everything on the battlefield. Here you go. Enjoy. Okay, we got someone to foresee on the Discord. Splintering Wind. I bet it's just right below Steve Cooper's thing. Oh my god, you got 1,000,000 cards. But you got the explanation, which is important. I need the explanation, or this whole thing is worthless to me. But I really appreciate you put the cards on the Discord. Let's widen this up. Oh, that didn't work. Oh no! Sorry. I got to go into Reddit mode. Okay, there we go. Phyrexian Altar, an artifact. Hold on. What's your combo? Okay, let's read the cards. We got a Phyrexian Altar over here. We've got Druid's Call, an enchantment. Whenever enchanted creature is dealt damage, its controller puts that many 1/1 green squirrels into play. We also have Stuffy Doll, the indestructible. ETB, choose a player, and when it's dealt damage, you deal that damage to the player. Also has an activated ability to deal damage to the player. Splintering Wind! It's an enchantment for 3 mana. It deals 1 damage to target creature. Put a Splinter token into play. Treat this token as a 1/1 green creature with flying and cumulative upkeep of green. Sounds terrible. If this token leaves play, it deals 1 damage to you and each creature you control. Also, we got Martyrdom. 3 mana instant. Until end of turn, you may redirect to target creature. You control any amount of damage. All right. Someone to foresee says, Splintering Wind is not completely Useless. Which I already dissed it while looking through this combo. So we're gonna cast our Martyrdom to redirect player damage to the Stuffy Doll and make more squirrels. And make more squirrels to sack to more splinter tokens. And then sack the splinters to deal more damage. You didn't really explain that, like, at all. But thank you very much for your combo. You didn't even include the Phyrexian altar in any of your analysis. But I'm just gonna trust. I'm gonna trust that it worked. We just have to trust that it worked. Okay, oh boy, Phage. What's a bad combo show or a jank combo show with without Phage? And then Summoner's Egg. And Fateful Handoff. Fateful Handoff. And any artifact removal. Okay, Disenchant. Okay, Phage. We all know what Phage does. Summoner's Egg, Imprint. When it comes into play, you may remove a card in your hand from the game face down. Probably the Phage. When Summoner's Egg is put into the graveyard from play, turn the imprinted face down card face up. If that card is a creature card, put into play under your control. Oh god, is it going to kill us? Fateful Handoff for 4 mana, sorcery. Draw cards equal to the mana value of target artifact or creature you control, and opponent gains control of that permanent. Oh, okay, so we're going to summon... Okay, so we're going to imprint the Phage on this thing, and then we're going to play Fateful Handoff. We're going to hand off our Summoner's Egg, and then we just have to destroy it, and the opponent gets a Phage. That's pretty cool. That is a very original combo. Very, very cool combo. Okay, we got Mono No Aware. Oh, I get it. Mono not you're like not aware. This is Isilu. Hold on, you want oh, hold on, this is the backside of this thing. Isilu carry. No, that's not wrong. Isilu. Isilu, Ethrimic, something. This card doesn't exist. How about Ethrimic? Is this what you want? Is this the card you want? Okay, you have to mono aware the backside. No, that was the right one. Okay. Double check your cards, damn it. Double check these cards. People are just posting millions of cards. I don't know what it is. Okay, we got Vizier of Remedies. I need a remedy from all these jank combos. And then any sack outlet. All right, we'll go with the Phyrexian altar again. Seems to be a staple. I might as well just save like a picture of Phyrexian altar off to the side. Manifest the entire library into the battlefield. No way. Okay, Vizier of Remedies is like if you put a -1/-1 counter. Sorry, if a -1/-1 counter would be put on a creature you control, that many -1/-1 counters. Sorry, -1 are put on it instead. So it's like, if it would get a -1/-1, you just remove one. Isilu, Carrier of Twilight. Flying Lifelink. Each other non-token creature you control has Persist. Each other one. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay a white. If you do, transform it. I don't get it. Each other non-token creature you control has Persist. That's fine. So we're going to persist the Vizier of Remedies for an eternity. I don't know how you manifest the entire library on the battlefield. Or were we supposed to transform this thing? Creatures you control have Convoke. That doesn't change anything. So you have infinite sack out. You have infinite ETBs, but I don't know how you manifest the board. I just see you can sack the Vizier of Remedies for an eternity. Am I missing a card here? Oh, you want Ethrimic in here. Maybe. Ethrimic. That was actually part of the combo. Okay, so there is an extra creature here. Okay, this is 3 mana 4/4. When Ethrimic enters, manifest Dread. Other creatures you control get +1/+1, and as long as you control another creature, Ethrimic can't attack or block. Okay, so this is the card we sack infinite times to the Phyrexian altar, and it'll keep coming back, and it'll never get a -1/-1 counter on it, and we can manifest the entire library. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I missed that I was missing Ethramic. I was missing the last card. It was like there, a lot of the cards were. I couldn't, there's like a lot of commas at the beginning of a name, and so I thought it was like Isir. I thought it was the card's original name was Isilu Ethramic, because I'd never heard of either of these cards before. Okay, who has no card yet? There's gotta be somebody with no card here. I got you. I got Old Boy. Paul Rogg, Fugitive. What is this? Fugitive Droid? Sounds like a Star Wars character. Who are these droids? These are not the droids you're looking for. Kitsune's Technique and River. Okay, hold on. River Churn Monument. Interesting 3 cards we have over here. Fugitive Droid is a 1-mana 1/1. This creature can't be blocked if an artifact entered the battlefield under your control this turn, and pay a blue. Sack this creature. Counter target spell that targets an artifact or creature you control. Kitsune's Technique. It's got Sneak. Target opponent mills half their library rounded up. Okay, I have a feeling we're going to double this somehow. Then River Churn Monument. Pay 1, tap any number of target players, each mill 2 cards. Exhaust for 4 mana. Tap any number of target players, each mill cards equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. So what is the point of this card? Sack this creature, counter target spell that targets an artifact or creature you control. Target opponent mills half. I think, like, isn't it these are just the 2 cards? We, like, mill half their library. Oh, maybe the Sneak thing has something to do with it. You may cast this spell for 2 mana if you also return an unblocked attacker you control back to hand during the declare blocker step. So I guess we're going to attack with this, return it back to hand with Kitsune's Technique, mill them for half their library, and then exhaust this one for the other half. So you can sneak it. Well, I mean, it's okay. So this is slightly fancy for no reason. The fancy for no reason combo, effectively. Okay, let's get maybe one more. This is a very long show today. Is it safe to assume that Thopter Sword had already been said, or it isn't jank? Oh no, Thopter Sword, that's like, if it's like a known combo, disqualified. It's got to be like somewhat original. Oh, Phil Goad squeezed in a super chat over here. Invincible Hymn. And Space-Time Anomaly. Thank you very much for your super chat. Space-Time Anomaly, a 4-mana sorcery. Target player mills cards equal to your life total. Invincible Hymn, sorcery. Count the number of cards in your library. Your life total becomes that number. Oh my god! Okay, so we're going to get a bunch of life, and then we're going to mill someone equal to our own deck size, which is probably at least as high as their deck size. That's it, and that's it for them. Anyone got no combo? I think I saw one. Okay, I think we're going to end the show on this person. On Uncertain Shalob, who is a slob. On which one? Shalob, child of Ungoliant. Okay, then you also want devoted druid. You want sorcerer's wand. Or any of the pinger equipments. Kill the druid with the Shalob or another spider. Gain a non-creature food token of druid for infinite grain. So sorcerer's wand is a 1-mana equipment. Equipped creature has tapped this creature. It deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. If this creature is a wizard, it deals 2 damage to that player or planeswalker instead. Is Shalob a wizard? So how does this work? Other spiders, so Death Touch, Ward 2. Other spiders you control have Death Touch and Ward 2. So the Death Touch will make each pings completely lethal. Whenever another creature you control, whenever another creature dealt damage by this turn by a spider you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature. except it's a food artifact with pay 2, tap, sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3 life, and it loses all their card types. So, okay, I equip the Shalab, I kill Devoted Druid, I get a Devoted Druid token, which then what do I do? Kill the Druid with the Shalab or another spider, gain a non-creature food token of the Druid for infinite green. Oh, because it doesn't have summoning sickness anymore. So we kill Devoted Druid. Devoted Druid has tap out of green, but she has summoning sickness. So now, and also she can die if you put -1/-1 counters on here. Now that it's just a food that's not a creature, it's actually infinite mana. Oh, that's quite amazing. Very, very, very cool. Okay, that's it. What an amazing show. We had, I think, every single combo worked. Look at that. It was Jank Magic the Gathering combos, and they actually worked. I'm actually surprised. We usually have a few failures every single show, and none of them were too complicated to figure out either. As usual, we do these shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But for everyone watching live for the next 2 weeks, up until like, I think, May, at least until the end of March and a little bit of April, we're having shows morning and evening every weekday because I need inventory, people, because I'm going on vacation. Just giving a heads up to everybody. Thanks everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, I've got to thank the people who made all their combos here today. People like who do we got over here? We got Uncertain, Christopher B, Mercenary, Someone to Foresee, Lessian. We got Mono Noah Ware, True North A, Hexanor, David Sampson, Jeff. We got Felicia and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.